P.2 Writing Topic 3, A Super Child. Hello, P2 boys and girls. How are you this week? Hope everything goes well with you. And I hope that you can do your best on this writing. The title for today's writing is A Super Child. Before doing the task, shall we start with an activity? Let's vote for a super child. I'm so happy to introduce two candidates to you. We have Paul and Paula. See who is a super child. Paul is never late for school. He hands in his homework on time, and he always returns books to the library on time. Paula, however, she is always late for school. She always forgets to bring her homework, and she never returns books to the library on time. I think you may give the vote to Paul because he is punctual. If you are punctual, that means you will not be late. You do something at the proper time. Second round. Paul always says please and thank you. Paula never says please or thank you. Is that Paul again because he is polite? Next round. Paul helps with the housework at home. Paula does not tidy her bedroom at home. Do you give the vote to Paul because he is helpful? Then, Paul studies every day, but Paula does not study for dictation. Paul again because he is hardworking. Congratulations! Super Child Reward presents to Paul because he does his best to do the right things and he loves one another. After this activity, I hope you know what a super child is. Now, let's go through the worksheet. There are 7 pages. First of all, please write down your name, class number, class, and the date. Listen to the rubric. Make sure you read the rubric before doing the task. Part A, Pre-task. Step 1. Skim. Read quickly the passage below. Study the grammar tips provided on Step 2. Then finish the passage by circling the best answers or fill in the blanks. Now, let's know more what the rubric tells you to do. First, skim. Skim means you read the passage very quickly. Second, study the grammar tips provided on Step 2. And third, you need to finish the passage by circling the best answers or fill in the blanks. Now it's your turn to skim the passage. Skim means you read it quickly. As you can see, there are 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is on worksheet page 1. For paragraph 2 to 3, they are on worksheet page 2. You will now have 1 minute to read paragraph 1 to 3. No worry, you just read. No need to write anything. Then you need to study the grammar tips. The grammar tips are on pages 2 to 3. As you can see, there are 3 tips, and we will go through them later on. After knowing the grammar tips, you need to finish the passage by circle the best answers or fill in the blanks. And we are going to do part A together. So please get ready for your stationery, a pencil and an eraser. Now, turn your worksheet to page 2. Let's study the grammar tips. We are going to describe a person, so we need to use present simple tense. For present simple tense, be careful of the usage of third-person singular verbs. I believe you know this rule very well. He, she, it, s. Today, we will pay attention to the spelling tips, different ways to form singular verbs. First, verb to be. The base form is be. For third-person singular, we need to change it to is. Second, verb to have. The base form is have. When we use third-person singular, we change have to has. Be careful, not haves. Haves is not correct. Number 3. In most of the time, we add s to the verb. Like. Change it to likes. Be careful. Sometimes we need to add es to the verbs. Verbs end in ch, sh, o, or ks, and so on. We need to add es to the verbs. For verbs ends in y, we need to delete y and add ies, like study. Change it to studies, studies. But not study, studys, is not correct. Pay attention. For some verbs ends in Y, we just add an S to form third-person singular form, like play, P-L-A-Y-S. So, you know the spelling tips to make third-person singular verbs. Now, let's finish worksheet paragraph 1. Please turn your worksheet to page 1. You can see paragraph 1. Choose the best answer. Circle the best answer. Now, you will have 30 seconds to finish it. I believe you have finished it. Let's check the answers. Now, turn your worksheet to page 3. Let's go through tips 2. Prepositions. First, prepositional phrases tell you when things happen, like on Mondays, in the afternoon, at the weekend. Second, preposition with talks about connections between people, like with my brother. I play with my brother. Number 3, preposition in tells the position of things, like in my bedroom. So, get ready to do paragraph 2. Remember, you need to fill in prepositions. Let's read those prepositions once. On Mondays, in the afternoon, at the weekend. With my brother. In my bedroom. Now, turn your worksheet to page 2. You can see paragraph 2. Fill in prepositions. You will have 30 seconds to finish it. Now, you can check the answers. Now, let's look at worksheet page 3. Tips 3. Look for the hints from the text and choose the best words. It tells you that keywords are important for us to find out the correct answers. Example, sentence 1. He always helps others. He helps with housework too. Keywords here are helps others, helps with housework, so we know that he is helpful. Number 2, he always says please and thank you. Says please and thank you means he is a polite boy. Sentence 3. He does revision every night. Does revision. That means he is not lazy, but he is hardworking. Number 4. He cleans his room every week. Cleans his room. That means he is tidy. Now, it's your turn to do paragraph 3. Circle the best answer. Remember to look at the keywords. It helps you to find the correct answer. And if you believe you can do this, please underline those keywords. Now, you will have 1 minute to do so. Ready? Go! Now, check the answers. You may also tick the keywords you have underlined. Listen, and you can read after me. Paragraph 1. Paul is a super child. He studies in Happy Primary School. He lives in Lambton. He goes to school on foot. He is 9 years old. He has short hair. He has a small mouth. Paragraph 2. Paul likes reading. He goes to the library with his mom on Saturdays in the morning. He reads 4 books at the weekends. He has 2 big bookshelves in his room. He is good at reading. He can do the comprehension exercise well. Paragraph 3. People like him because Paul is helpful. He always helps others. He helps with housework too. He is polite. He always says please and thank you. He is hardworking. He does revision every night. He is tidy. He cleans his room every week. Paul is a good boy. I am so happy to have him as my friend. Now, let's look at step 3, which is on the worksheet page 3. Step 3. Finish Paul's profile below using the passage on step 1. So, what you need to do is using the information on paragraph 1 to 3 and fill in Paul's information on the form. Let's look at paragraph 1. For age, in the paragraph, you know he is 9 years old. So on the form, fill in the number 9. Okay, you try. Fill in Paul's home. Where does he live? Then, fill in the name of his school. And the way he goes to school. How about appearance? Appearance tells us how does Paul look like. In paragraph 1, you know about Paul's 2 body parts. Try to write them on the form. Now, let's check the answers. Let's move to paragraph 2. In paragraph 2, we know about Paul's hobby by looking at this sentence. Paul likes reading. Now, fill in reading. For the things that he is good at, by looking at these 2 sentences, he is good at reading. He can do the comprehension exercise well. We need to fill in these informations. Let's write down reading, comma, can do the comprehension exercise well. Let's look at paragraph 3. In paragraph 3, you know why people like Paul. Please write down the answer by looking at people like him because Paul is helpful. To make the answer more clearly, we need to choose the correct pronouns. So, people like him because he. So you delete she. He is helpful. Please write down the answer. For the last one, other personality, you need to find out the adjectives from paragraph 3 describing Paul. Try to read paragraph 3 carefully and write down those adjectives to describe Paul. I believe you can finish it. Now, check the answers carefully on the form. Step 4. Read the passage again. How does the writer write about the super child? So make sure you look at paragraph 1 to 3 for answering this question. I would like to go through feeling with you first. By looking at the passage, do we put the feeling in the beginning or in the end of the passage? I think it's not difficult for you. Yes, we always put the feeling in the end of the passage. So you can see in the example, paragraph 3, we write feeling. Let's look at paragraph 1. The first point on step 4 is personal information, name. Can you see Paul's name in paragraph 1? Yes, we can. We can also see the age of Paul. Also, we know that he lives in Lamtin. How about his school? Yes, we know his school in paragraph 1. Besides, we also know his appearance. We know 2 body parts of him, short hair and a small mouth. And we know how he goes to school. Now, draw the lines to show your answers. Now, let's look at paragraph 2. In paragraph 2, do you know about Paul's hobby or the things that he is good at? Yes, we know that he likes reading, and he is good at reading and doing the comprehension exercise. So, draw the line to show your answer. Okay, one more point to go. In which paragraph you know why the people like Paul and about his personality? That means some adjectives to describe him. You may find out people like him because Paul is helpful, Paul is polite, hardworking, and tidy. So, draw the line and check the answers. Step 5. Write the correct letters in the blankets. This part helps you to build up some vocabularies. So listen. A. Maths. B. Singing. C. 普通话. D. English. E. Running. Example number 1. John can run fast. He is good at running. You can see the keyword can run fast, so you know John is good at running. Now, do number 2 to 5. Number 2. May can do sums very fast. She is good at. Number 3. Anne wins a lot of English writing competition. She is good at. Number 4. Sue wins a lot of singing competition. She is good at. And number 5. Tom can speak 普通话 very well. He is good at. One thing to remind you, after good at, use ing word or use a noun. Please check the answers. Well done. You reserve a short break. Let's go through the homework. Part B, Wild Task. Step 1. Think of a friend that you think he or she is superb and draw him or her in the box. Step 2. Write about him or her. Before the writing, fill in the forms below. It helps you to gather the ideas. You can see the form on page 4 to page 5. Always follow the instructions. Read part 8 for reference. Do step 3 after filling in the form. You need to write about a super trial in about 40 to 70 words. Below are some suggestions for you when you start doing step 3. Number 1. Do the first draft on a piece of paper. Number 2. Check and amend the draft. If you can find some mistakes on the draft, correct them. Number 3. Copy your writing nicely on the worksheet, page 6. Don't forget to write the total words you have written. After finishing the writing, do part D, poll task. Self-check your writing and tick the boxes. Last but not least, staple all 7 pages of worksheets together so that you can keep them nicely and hand them to your English teacher on the 50th of June. Do your best. Thank you for your hard working today. You did a great job. Awesome. See you soon on the 50th of June. Bye bye.